So, gentlemen.
Senator from Charleston.
Thank you, sir. One of the things I'm not sure that a lot of you may realize, and that is that women make up 51.4% of South Carolina's population. So we really are not in the minority. Women make up 37.4% of the South Carolina bar. At the two law schools in our state, women make up 52% of the student body at the USC School of Law and 62% at the Charleston School of Law. What you may not know is that South Carolina is about to become the only state in the entire nation to not have a female Supreme Court judge, and that is embarrassing. It is more embarrassing to me than us being at the bottom of the state with education or having lawyers that don't even understand the separation of powers. That's ridiculous. Right now, the 5 members of the Supreme Court are 4 male, 1 female. As we know, that's going to change. 4 white, 1 black. The black's going to come up next. And let me guess, I know what this legislature is going to want to do. Let's get a black female. Check, check. 2 boxes. Then we'll be nice and balanced. Court of Appeals, 9 members, 1 vacancy, 5 male, 3 male, 5 male, 3 females. A little more balanced there, right? 7 white, 1 black. Not quite balanced. Then we look at the circuit court. 49 seats, 1 vacancy. That one's getting ready to go to a male. So it's going to be 36 males, 13 females. Why is that when we are 37.4% of the bar? It's because we are not anywhere near balanced in this legislature. And I may not get to see a change. I'm one of 5. Half the time I feel invisible to y'all. I had a colleague yesterday say right in front of my face that he felt like that Supreme Court race went how it was supposed to go. Well, was I not standing right there? I had another colleague when we were in the elevator the other day surrounded by a bunch of Democratic males. I'm the only female in the elevator. And what does he say? Let's circle the wagons, boys. We're outnumbered. Was I there? I want to know, was I there? Then let's look at family court. Family court, 60 seats. 27 male, there are 3 vacancies, 27 males, 30 females. Thank y'all, thank y'all. Y'all think we're capable only of dealing with family court bullcrap? Really? That's just embarrassing. It really is. And then let's look at the makeup of this body. We have 1 chairman, and what is she over? Family and Veteran Services. Now, that's by virtue of our rules, so I'm not going to complain about that. Part of the problem is you don't get women that are going to run for the Senate until after they have done their maternal responsibility, usually stayed home and raised all these babies. But we're not so dumb that babies are all that we know. Look across the hall. There is one female chairman. Guess what she's over? Education. She runs us preschool. So actually, she's probably suited for it. But the only chairman ever in the House has been, there have been two females, both over education. Why is that? I just don't get it. And like I said, I'm probably never going to see a change in how this body is made up. But my daughter is around, and our daughters are coming, including yours. And I know for a fact that a lot of your wives and your daughters do not agree with you on this issue of abortion. And here we are on an issue of abortion, and we're going to disguise it as rogue justices. Rogue justices. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. But I can tell you, last Wednesday, the smartest candidate in the whole race dropped out 15 minutes before 12 o'clock, before she could even gather votes. And she, in my opinion, would have been neck and neck right now had she stayed in that race, because the optics of this, it is not good. Y'all would be getting heat from all groups around the state. had the 2 women in the race stayed in the race, because there is nothing embarrassing about losing. But now what about quitting? And y'all know, I never did lobby a single one of y'all, not one, but y'all know that the smartest candidate, I believe, would have been a judge who left my partnership 12 years ago. Y'all know this. I never lobbied it. I never mentioned it. I never asked any one of y'all to vote for her because she was my partner. But I fear that her loss is partly my fault because she got painted with a brush that I guess I set forth, because y'all know my opinion on at least giving a woman through first trimester to make up her mind and to hopefully get her life in order so that she can raise these babies. But what you didn't look at is we are defense lawyers. We represent police, first responders. We're conservative. But oh no, y'all did not think her capable of making a decision on her own, whether it comported with mine or not. She's her own person. But I fear I caused her to lose. Why? Because I did my job. I told y'all in September what I felt about the issues, and I did my job. And now she's prevented from doing hers. But is she prevented? I can't even fuss at this body for that. She and I have been at each other's throats since she quit last week. Why? Because when she did, 51.4% of the population was let down. Let down. But why did she do it? Because she's smart and she's tough. Because a man told her to. A man across the street, he knows who he is. And why she listened to him, I will never know, because I honestly believe that she could have won this race. And if she didn't, even if she didn't, there would have been no shame in her numbers. But what can I do now? Now we're looking at years with no female justice. And I do appreciate the fact that y'all are turning this into an abortion discussion, because at least now we know it really isn't about the smartest judge, the best candidate. It's about who you think is going to demand forced birth. That's what this is. I don't even know what to say beyond the fact that you should all be embarrassed. We should be embarrassed, me too, that we have allowed this to happen. We have allowed it to happen. And why? What's the real reason we allowed it to happen? Because somebody over in the House is scared of 17 clowns. They're basically yanking his chain. 17 clowns is what this is about. And it ends up impacting one of the most serious judicial races, the most serious that I've been a part of. And everybody keeps talking to me about down ballots and stuff. I don't even care about the down ballots at this point. I just really don't. But for y'all to sit here and say we need to change up the elections and you want to have every qualified person come out and be a candidate. If we're going to do that, can we please make some type of rule that they don't have to slink about in the lobby and suck up to us at the ropes and beg for appointments with us? Because we're going to have so many more candidates. My gosh, I run up these back stairs whenever the judicial races are going on because it's just too much. And also, while I'm ranting, please don't give judicial candidates my cell phone number. I mean, why? That infuriates me. If they know me, they're going to have my number. If they don't, I don't want anybody giving it to them. There's nothing wrong with the way our system is. I know that this is a good point for everybody to say, oh, JMSC is bad. But the reality is, lawyers know the other lawyers who are running, and lawyers know the best lawyers for the job. We usually know their temperament. We usually know what they're thinking or what their thought process might be. But for this legislature, super majority Republican Party, super majority men, to sit here and say, oh, we had a judge who was the swing judge and therefore he is rogue and we need to implement some type of procedure to rope him in. And while we're at it, hey, the right thing happened. The right thing happened during that race. when we decided, we didn't decide it, I take that back, when it happened, that our 2 female candidates backed out. I'm ashamed of that, and I'm ashamed about a lot. But one of the things I'm most ashamed about is the next 2 years with no women, and we remain invisible.